So this cut garden dress has many, many, many different bodice overlay options, and I wanted to go over a couple examples, give you a little bit of inspiration so you can take this and run with it and make it your own. So first and foremost, it's called the cut garden dress because I've designed it to be cut work. It's, all these flowers and butterflies and just like a garden. So leaves and all that stuff. So that's where I got the name for the dress. Names are not always the easiest for me to come up with, but that's how that got happening. And so the cut work, if you're comfortable doing that, that's what I did for Audrey's birthday dress, that version. And in that version, I kept all three pieces of the overlay separate because I wanted to get the cut work done and then put the seams together so I didn't have to worry about the seam, like that French seam on the back, when I was doing the cut work. And that seemed to work out fairly well. There's also lots of other embellishments, so don't feel like you have to do the cut work. I know that it can be very intimidating. Especially if you're just getting into embroidery work. If you're just getting into embroidery work, take this and you can. The whole idea of this dress is that I have a number of designs into it, and it's fairly balanced, and you can kind of just take them as shapes. So like there's that swoop on the bodice overlay, and you can take that swoop and you can do shadow work on it, and I think that would be really pretty. You could just do like a feather stitch, that would also be pretty. You could like just put a row of beads, and have the beads follow that curve. There's so many different things you can do with this. You can take that curve and do some lace shaping. You can either do that with lace tape. I did an option with that, or you can do French lace, like the French insertion, either way, and I think that would be gorgeous as well. So take them and kind of think of them as shapes and places to build off of. Another thing, if you want to have that hand touch look, but hand embroidery is not really your thing, is that again, take these as shapes and you can just put some beads or some buttons. Farmhouse has these tiny little sequins that are absolutely precious. They're mother of pearl sequins, and you could put them on the little dots, and that would just be gorgeous. I actually did this number, and I did it with little pearl buttons. I was going to use the sequins, but I don't have enough in my stash right now. I love these things, and I need to keep like 5,000 on hand. Maybe not that many, but I didn't have enough to do the look for it, but I had pearl beads instead, and that looked really cute too. So take these as shapes and think like, what can I apply to this? Now, if you're going to do any of these embellishments, I think for the exception of cut work, I would recommend putting those three pieces together at the side seams first. That way, if you're doing the lace and you're following the curves, you already have the side seams together, and so you can keep your lace at one continuous piece. Or if you're doing hand embroidery, you can just hand embroider right over. So like if you're doing the feather stitch or you're doing shadow work or whatever, you can just go right over that seam and have it be, again, continuous, and it just looks a cleaner result, at least in my mind. The other thing is that if you are going to finish the raw edges, like if you're not going to do the lined version, there's a number of different embellishments you can do and have, those raw edges finished as well. And again, I would recommend having the side seams connected for those three pieces. And then you can take this and you can do like the mock rolled hem, and I show how to do that in the construction video. I just think that's such a cute little like dainty thing. You can also use lace, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other things. Maybe you could use some trim or some binding. I really want to have you guys take this and run with it, and just feel free. I have a lot of things in my mind that's been cooking and brewing for a while, and I want to present them all as options and as different roadways for y'all to take, and just have fun with it, have your creativity, just all of that, and not be like, you must do it this way. Um, so, anywho, I hope that's helpful. If you have other ideas for this, design, I would love to see them. Put them down in the comments for other people to get inspiration from. That would be so fun. If you have any questions, of course, put them down in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.